Okay, we've just walked along the road up the hill a bit at Hedingham Castle, and we've come into the EB Motorsport section. They've got 3 vehicles on display here, and Mark, who co-owns the company, will tell us a little bit about this one. It's basically, I know quite a bit about it because I sort of had a bit of inspiration from this car to build my lightweight car. So, Mark, what made you build it?
Really because a lot of the projects we do, we sort of look at what's not on the market and try and go our own way. So when we looked at this originally, we'd got a 67 short wheelbase project in, and it needed a lot of panels, and we sort of said, well, what do we need to do to build an R? And there weren't things available for it, so you could find deep sixes, but you couldn't find 7R rears, the lighting units, the panels just weren't there. So we thought, right, nobody's done it, let's go about it. So we had to find obviously the lights. These people have now found they came off the the NSU printers and things like that. So we machined all the wheels and we started putting the panels together, and then before we actually got the project finished, we were obviously advertising the fact on social media that we were making these things, and it became so popular that our project slipped back. But in the midst, 3 originals ours came along for wanting panels and restoration, and some of the detail that wasn't well known, such as the fact that the doors on the R were composite, but they're actually longer than stock. We don't actually know the reason why, but if you look, they're sectioned back. So, so we made the panels for the restoration projects, but we never sold the details off those original cars, and we put everything in here. And the plan then was, let's build a celebration of the Monza world record. So we got the car finished for the anniversary of the world records at Monza with the original car. So in essence, we wanted this to look like, in all intents and purposes, it had to stand its own ground, and effectively you could put this anywhere and not know it was not an original car. So we other than some minor details, obviously the seats are not what because they've got headrests and things on, we wanted the safety. It's got a proper cage in the back, but everything else on it is built in-house. So all the composite parts, the wings, the bonnet, the doors, the rear quarters on this car, everything, even the B-post is all composite.
Really? Oh, that's okay. It
moving
saves
the
weight.
tank, and we just wanted to use it as a sales exercise.
Showcase.
Of all the parts. I mean, you look in the engine bay, some of the details on it, like the rear lights are original. We saw some of those, but you know, it was just showing the panel gap and the fit.
I'll just feel the weight of that. Yeah, nice.
And obviously it's full competition spec, so it's 2 litre twin plug on a mag case, small fan, 46 Webers. So yeah, it's
very impressive. Horsepower roughly?
We've not dynoed it, but it should be good for at least 220.
Yeah, I would have thought 220.
And as it sits at the minute, fluids in on the road with the 2 seats, it's 820 kilos, which is what the factory ones were. So if we took the seats out, we'd be down at sub 800.
Very impressive. And of course, the original R, they didn't build enough to homologate them, so they were always ran in the prototype class, didn't they?
That was right.
And I think they made 4 prototypes and 19 cars, was that?
There were, again, the numbers, I mean, they made, I think there was, the first prototypes were aluminium and they didn't have all the details.
One, I think, because a friend of mine restored that one.
Yeah, the orange one. And then I've got a number about 21, but it's difficult to tell because there's the well-known ones that changed around Move Collection. But they were running the day, and the guys back at Porsche thought it'd make it was unsaleable, so that's why they stopped there. But
that was quite successful.
It was the first foray into real competition work on a 911 that then evolved into